Whiteout. So, just a little recap. So the last time we played this was what, 3 months ago or something?
2.5.
Something like that.
Early September, I believe.
So we have voices for the characters, and we spent the last 40 minutes skimming through the footage we recorded last time.
Creating a detailed
so
spreadsheet.
we now have notes for which character is which voice, and I will be continuing to write down notes as new characters are added. So that's how we're gonna do it. We're organized.
Basically, we're professionals.
Yeah.
Leave it to us. We got this. We know him.
Yes. So he is. So as long as we just like make sure to look for the name, then I have it. So this is all I can do. Is
give this man 30,000 yen.
Yeah. Wham, wham. Looks like he's sitting on big rolls of paper.
Okay.
Aye, this photo.
That's the you're doing the wrong voice already.
You are.
This is the Indian guy.
Damn it! Guys, that's the end of the stream for today.
We're done.
We're done. We're gonna see you next week. Hey, this photo.
Thank you for your fuck. You got me fucking
little lower in breath.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you for your purchase.
Yeah.
There we go. Here's your purchase.
Thank you for your purchase. Here's your purchase.
Right. Brand new and long awaited. It's a Joker.
But I asked for the Midnight Toker.
Oh, God.
So this is the Joker.
Fuck you, Steve Miller.
Goddamn prevert. Fucking around like this.
It's a nice photo, right? This guy, he really is a total pervert.
Sub height. Thanks. Thanks, Big Fat Man 873. That's how long in a row? Just give me a second. I'm thanking.
What's
the
that?
boy.
About 2 years, 7 months?
He totally chugged a whole liter of Hex coffee right here in front of my eyeballs.
31 months in a row. That's crazy.
Ishi, you got any other info for me?
He shows up pretty often at the Caravaggio Cafe by the West Gate.
Caravagina.
Right, you what?
Caravaggio.
Yeah, Caravaggio. Like the fucking.
Thanks, Ishi. You'll be waiting here.
Yep, do it.
Big Dick, let's hurry.
I forgot that Big.
I'll be looking forward to your next visit, Mr.
Shiryabu. Big Dick is
Yep.
Australian, right?
No, I thought
Big Dick is
was
the
New York,
the
Boston.
guy from the first game who I was playing as that never spoke.
Oh, right.
So like we're now. It's so confusing.
Can we get a quick plot recap?
I don't know.
Abridged version?
I don't know if that's possible.
Where are we at in the game? What's happened? What's going to happen?
Yeah, means vagina.
So
this is a new character.
Joker has
the
not been
Joker,
voiced
and
yet.
I mean, I can try my Joker impression.
Ooh, yeah.
Good. Yes. I want to hear this.
So you're.
Mokutaro Shiryabu.
I already know everything about you,
But do you want to know how I got these scars?
and I know that you won't pull your gun now. And who are you? I don't have any information on you.
You gotta smack them lips a bit more. I'm sorry.
Too much.
Too much.
I don't know anything about you.
It's like in between a blowjob and a very salty drink.
But that's just as well. You've got the face of a dead man. I'm going to assume you won't be a threat.
Shut the fuck up, Prevert. Who the hell are you?
Can you not see this letter J?
You trying to say you're the Joker?
That's what people call me. Want to know how I got these scars? Do you know why?
No, but first I'm going to shut you up.
Oh!
How do you like me now? Pretty dramatic, right? I've seen this sort of thing on those detective shows before. I've always wanted to do this. It's sort of cliche, but it has real impact for the viewers. What viewers? What sort of weird meta world are we in? Oh, wait. Was that all you?
Was that? I guess that was me.
All right.
I thought it was. Well, he said first I'm going to shut you
I was
up.
going to
and I
say,
assumed
it really
was-
seemed in context like it was me. Apparently, it's you.
Yeah.
That's fake. I was...
Is it?
Yeah, that was you.
Damn.
Whatever. He talked for me.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the Joker.
Maybe
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not fake.
So... Wait.
Yep. Let's find out. Oh,
Okay, no.
I am just fine.
The bomb was strapped to him, and across the street blew up. Right?
That's how bombs work.
Is that what
I
happened?
don't know what just
I
happened.
don't.
Or did the bomb go off here?
I think the
and
bomb went. I think the shot was from across the street at another
Okay.
similar looking cafe.
at the Caravaggio 2.
Yeah.
And okay, so Joker is just like invincible.
He just bleeds. That's what he does.
All right.
This is the least I can do to make sure I live up to my name. I can't let myself be overshadowed by those guys in Hollywood, after all.
I want my posthumous Oscar. Son of a bitch.
That
you've
scratched
got
me.
If you've got a death wish, then go ahead and kill me.
Charles Bronson is a death wish.
Do that, and I've set it up so that the entirety of the 24th Ward will be blown sky high. Just a bit of an insurance to make sure that everything works out according to my plans. Hey.
What the hell do you want?
That gorilla
Kosaga!
is listening in on this conversation, isn't he?
Bop!
I'm asking whether or not he's listening. Do you want to see another scar?
Yeah, he's probably listening.
Okay, so he's watching on that camera then. Well, that's lame. Even for a gorilla.
Keep it up and you're going to die.
Stop trying to look cool, bucko. I want you to listen to me, and then I want you to identify me. What I'm about to say is this basically scripture, and it's also a prayer. I think I should have been the Joker in Suicide Squad.
Is that what
I
you
agree.
think? I mean, yeah.
It was a day when the freeway. Am I still talking?
This is just narration, I think.
Yeah.
When the freeway was covered in snow, as usual, I drove out to the appliance retail store. Along the way, there were all sorts of cars with their hazard lights on, stopped dead in their tracks by the snow. Some of them had even flipped over. It took 3 times as long as usual to get there, and when I arrived, the store was not yet able to open, and the employees were desperately working to shovel away the snow. Who's talking?
I don't
Right.
know. Someone's
I helped
talking in
out
first
too.
person. I'm not
Some
sure.
of the
find out.
customers even helped out. That's the good thing about the countryside. Once we were finished shoveling the snow and the store was opened, everyone started clapping as we all shook hands. That's when I met eyes with a woman with whom I'd been working together to move the snow. That's a weird
Women with
phrase.
whom I'd work. It's yeah.
I bet this is
acceptable.
Indian, dude.
Is it?
I bet it is.
We'll find out.
Well, whatever. As she
Yeah.
took off her hat and down jacket and changed into her uniform, she looked like a goddess. No, she was a goddess.
I mean, if he rapes her, then we find out if it is or not.
She was in charge of one of the carriers at the cell phone area on the first floor. I worked next door in the PC section, and we used different cloakrooms and different exits.
Politically
So I
correct
had never had to chance to speak with her until then. I never had to chance to speak with her.
That
then,
might not
until then.
work.
No,
Yeah.
that's not a.
The chance?
That one I'm going to circle in red and say, see me after class.
Suda. My eyes were locked onto the goddess. Like the cannon of a broken tank, it was like she had locked onto my whole body and rapidly fired off missiles, turning my heart into Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese.
I asked her out to lunch. She accepted. I asked her to come home with me. She accepted.
Go on.
I asked to fuck. She refused.
Aw.
I did it anyway.
Aziz Ansari, me
I
too.
asked her to dinner, a family-style restaurant along the freeway.
I asked her if I could
Denny's.
jack off in
She
front of her in a
accepted.
closed room. She said yes.
I asked her out again the next day, and she accepted. Then the day after that, again, she accepted. And then, just like it says in the magazines, one day, 3 months later, I invited her to a hotel. She finally turned me down. She's a fucking gold digger.
Right.
But then I proposed
But she ain't
to
messing
her.
with no broke beep.
She accepted. She
After
turned
3
you
months?
down, and then you proposed after 3 months.
After
and
3
she,
months.
You dated for 3 months. She said she wouldn't
She
fuck
is a
you,
gold
and
digger.
then you proposed.
She's like, I like money.
We took a trip around 7 countries. Yeah, fucking gold digger.
For our honeymoon, we took a trip around 7 countries in Europe.
Yeah, but the 7
7-day
countries
trip
were
through
like all
7
former
countries
Yugoslav republics.
was exhausting, and more than the actual honeymoon itself, I mainly only remember all the packing, but the dinners we
Fudge.
ate together were better than the family-style restaurant. And just like at the family-style the family restaurant, it was fun. 1 year later, we had a child!
Who is this?
3 years later, we had another child. This could be the Joker, I don't know. The happiness I felt was unreal. I hoped that this happiness would never end. We got life insurance and paid Social Security and started saving up money. I told her that if something were to happen and I were to die, I wanted her to watch over these kids until they're grown up. When I told her this, she cried like I'd never seen before. She said a life where she'd lost me was no life at all. I cried too.
Pussy.
I don't want to die. Then she took out life insurance.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. We took the family out to a sort of weekend social function. She'd been to this gathering several times upon invitation from her friends, and I watched as she got our stuff together and greeted the people she knew and everything. I saw a face on her that I'd never seen before. It was like she had this aura around her. She was a goddess. Once the main event started, we split into teams and began a workshop. What is happening? The
I
bigger
had
kids
no
watched
idea.
our children out in the garden. As we gradually got into it, the workshop continued. The theme was about the causes of global warming. A variety of theories and stories were shared, with some people getting really passionate. It scared the emojis out of me. More than global warming itself, I was paying close attention to my wife's speech. People bear people, irresponsible lives take other lives and take over people's lives themselves. From there, invaders who would destroy the Earth live their irresponsible lives and go on to die. Do those lives and our own lives hold the same value? Should our respective life weights be considered equal? Educating those who need to be corrected through our gathering. As my wife concluded her talk, the people gathered there stood up and gave her a full standing ovation. Everyone clapped again. Extremely happy myself, I also applauded her. The next moment, the power went out in the event hall, and someone appeared on the other side of the spotlight.
Is this a video game?
Right.
Like a wrestler making an appearance at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Whoa,
boy.
there we
There
go.
we go. He came out of the fog and walked along, expressionless, formally and robotically, as steam and fireworks lit his path.
What?
At that moment, it was like time had stopped, and everyone began extolling praise and crying, praying at the feet of this mechanical man. I didn't feel a single bit of doubt about this strange world. To this day, I still don't know why, but it was his existence itself that made it that way.
So his wife's a part of a cult.
Yeah.
My very cells felt it was a miracle that in this age we were this fixated on time. His name was Mask de Smith. His name was...
Kamui Wahara!
Okay, so now we learned
Kamui.
that Kamui is a wrestler now? Like, I don't
No,
know.
he was like a wrestler.
Yeah.
He might be a robot.
Yeah, I
apparently.
guess he's
What
a
the
robot.
fuck? So that was not Joker. That was not Shirabu. It was just what the?
Somebody wrote all of that.
All of that.
Well, here's your line.
Kamui.
Who said that?
I don't know.
March 2nd, the
Hachizuka.
dome explodes. Jay.
Jay.
Who's Jay? Joker?
Joker?
Oh, me.
Joker.
Okay.
Well,
There's a
we
note there.
passed that level, guys.
Oh, okay.
Can you believe it?
Oh, I didn't know Rod Danger had a sequel.
I think they said Raw Danger is a sequel.
Oh.
What is Raw Dinger?
Called Rod, I'll show you the cover, actually. Rod Danger.
It's a weird Japanese natural disaster game.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Oh my God.
But what's awesome is the
PlayStation 2?
yeah
I need to get this
the
game.
American
it's really
version.
funny.
It's all like all the characters are the same Japanese characters, but they all have blonde hair now and they pretend to be white. It's so good.
Yeah, they all have blonde hair on the back of the
Yeah,
cover.
they're all
too.
Japanese people with blonde hair, named like Steve and stuff.
Oh my God,
Okay,
I need
who
to
is
find
this?
game.
I think that's you. Is that either Boston Man or Gay Man? I'm
Yeah,
This is Gay Man.
I think
The
it's
media has spread the idea that the Joker was simply a grown man-child. But you alone know that he is a completely different person from what they want everyone else to believe. Cheap terrorist plots. Clumsy explosions and sniping.
Is this Rocket League?
Right. It was like a bunch of
Theatrical?
theatrica crimes.
Yeah, it's supposed to be theatrical, I think.
All right,
I think
That's
we're
not a
missing the
word.
other-
I'm pretty sure that's
that
not a
one's-
word.
That one's not on you.
All right. Bunch of theatrica crimes. People only commit crimes that are within the scope of their own imagination.
Kamui!
Was something more than a human. He committed acts of terrorism. He committed acts of terrorism that broke the mold. They were based on both imagination and actual faith. Destroying illusions is the detective's job. Listen up and be careful. Put an end to his terrorism and kill him.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna die
Wake
again.
this goddamn dreamer up. Go!
Nice.
I want this game so bad.
Do you read me, Big Dick?
Why am I Big Dick now?
Who knows?
What, I thought it was. Maybe I've been Big Dick this whole time and they've just never acknowledged me. I don't remember.
Is Big Dick also jabroni?
No, Jabroni is what she calls you.
Huh.
The Indian guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to move in from the southern up stands. You move in from first base. Then we're going to go to first base. I give you orders along the way. Get hold of me immediately if you have anything to report. Over.
Beep, boop.
This is
Ooh, gameplay.
Route.
I want this game.
It's pretty sweet.
Like, I need this game. I'm gonna get this
It's
off eBay.
it's an experience.
I'm gonna get it off eBay. I swear to God.
I'll lend it to you after I'm done.
All right.
All's fine in the southern Alps stands. I'm moving to the central Alps stands.
I only have one option.
So it's not exactly gameplay.
Why are we in a baseball field?
We're going to the Joker has a terrorist plot, I guess.
I think he's
Oh,
gonna
he's
blow
gonna
up the
blow up the
dome.
baseball-
Wouldn't
yeah,
you-
he
if
like
you-
left him a note.
If you're a good terrorist, wouldn't you want to blow up the dome when there's people in it?
Yeah.
Or does he just hate architecture?
I think he said it's gonna blow up on a certain date, and they're there beforehand. Maybe
Okay.
he just left the bomb there.
All right.
Like, I don't know,
All's fine in the central Alps stands.
like Face Off or something.
Yeah, it's set for like 17 days from now.
Yeah.
I'm moving to the northern Alps stands. Oh, I hope we go to the eastern Alps stands after this. That'll blow my mind.
The intense searching music.
Right? Hey, Maestro, put on a little searching music. I found the mark. Let's lure him onto the field. I'll move in from third base. You move over to the back nets. Why are there nets at the baseball stadium? We don't yet know what the mark is armed with. Move carefully. Over.
I guess those are in the nets.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
the way that animation is in this game, I'm pretty sure the stands are supposed to be full.
I don't
Maybe.
know. Yeah, we never see people.
Right.
It's always just like you have to imagine them, and then when it shows a still drawn image, it's like this is what it actually looks like.
Yeah.
Right.
But we're not going to animate it.
I think there might be people here.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
just like that. Now keep pushing him toward the field.
Yeah, I know where I'm going.
That's the opposite direction of the field.
I don't know.
Right. Look at all those amazing
I'm going
pictures.
downstairs. There we go. What kind of stadium would have stairs like that? That's poorly designed.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess around here for the actual field.
The mark is on the field, even though he is not animated. I'm gonna move to the field now, too. Also,
Also, I don't know any baseball
Thank you for the
field that you
sub,
can just, like,
Kitten Kitobo.
Kitten Kitoku for 22 months in a row. What's that about? 1 year and
Kitoko.
10 months?
Damn.
Kitoko. There we go.
Follow me in. Over.
My mouth tastes like I licked a fucking envelope.
Oh.
That's odd.
Yeah. So if if it looks like I'm having a stroke, do the signs.
Yeah, we'll fire up the car and just take it to the hospital.
If my face droops and I can't lift both of my arms, and I start slurring my speech.
I'm faux
I would never fake that, by the way, just letting you know.
Okay.
So if that does
Noted, Adam will not fake a stroke. If those things are
good.
happening, he's really having
He's really having a stroke.
All right, good. The mark has moved to the mound. Big Dick, move carefully.
Mound.
Pubic mound.
Spotlight. Oh.
I'm moving in on the mark. Huh? What is this? I've seen this before. My memory. It's flowing backwards.
What?
I can't remember. What the hell is this sensation? These memories. The mark is gonna kill himself? Big Dick, hurry! Stop him!
Sakura. I think that's me. Let me
Yeah, I
check
think
my
that's you.
notes. Yes.
Yep.
The case is finished. Please quickly conclude your investigation. It's too dangerous now. This situation is way too dangerous. Think carefully and do anything within your power to make sure that nobody gets in and leave now. I'm praying for your safe return.
But
Did I just die again?
I think. Yep. Yep. You chose a character, and he is now gone.
Yep.
too late!
Horse Squad.
Fuck! Oh, Horse Squad, R.I.P.
Yep.
Yep. Horse Squad
Once
RP.
again.
Time 3:13. The mark is not breathing.
What?
Now he has a-
what?
So you're the Joker.
Who's that?
Escaped through death.
Who's that?
This guy. I've seen him before. Who is he?
Shiro Yabu. I think
It's me!
Oh my god.
that's
How
you.
convoluted can we get?
That's the same guy that you're. Literally, that's yourself talking
Yeah.
to yourself.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
but with hair.
Yeah.
Joker is me with hair.
You killed the past.
Oh, fight the future.
Oh,
Save the cheerleader. Save the world. Heroes. Season 1. Come to
Alright.
NBC.
awful.
All right.
Season 1 was good.
Say your line.
Yes.
It got bad after that. I said it a while ago.
Did you say it in Indian?
I said it in Indian.
Oh, I just heard regular.
Said it in Indian.
Okay.
I'm Mokotaro Shiriyabu. It's you.
I guess that's one way to make a snuff film.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
He was just doing his Joker impression with no Indian accent. Kusabi.
Kusabi?
That's- I didn't write it down. I
Shit.
believe that's actually my guy from the first game. Remember?
Okay.
The guy who was just like, who sounded really angry?
Is like a gruff guy?
I believe that's who Kusabi is.
That sounds right.
We
Let's
can
go with it.
Yeah.
Because it's
I'm
it's
pretty
not
sure
it's
that
not
was-
Sunglasses New York guy, right?
No.
It's not.
Okay. That's Kosaka?
Kosaka is Boston Scoot.
Okay.
Yep.
It's more New York than Boston, but let's not split hairs.
Angry Adam.
Let's not split
first
pubic
game.
hairs.
Kusabi is Australian's friend.
They're just reincorporating a lot of characters for
Yeah.
from the first game, which is making it even more confusing because
Yep.
it's like we played that what a year ago or at least,
A while ago, yeah.
maybe more. So here we are again, kid. So
Michiru.
killed you, huh? But your life isn't over just yet. Stay alive. You're able to live over and over. Your name is
Mokotaro Shiroyabu.
You don't know your real name, do you?
You just said it was Mokotaro Shiryabu.
Well, that's a given, I guess. He's gonna say it's Kamui.
It's obviously
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 Kamui.
Oh!
It's the sun.
Kamui Uraharas.
Okay.
Say son.
Sun.
Mokotaro Shimohira. Oh, a slightly different Japanese last name.
Right.
What a twist.
Okay, I'm leaving the rest to you.
Hatoba.
Hatoba is LW doing.
Is he Alabama?
Gay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Kuryanagi.
This is your new partner.
This is you again.
Kamui's.
Kid. Well, that sucks.
Okay, so Kamui has. This is how they're doing the sequel. Kamui has a child.
I love my dead gay
Somehow.
son.
Kamui's supposed to be like a spirit,
Yeah, he's
like
like
an entity.
He's like he's a trickster spirit. He's a coyote type.
Coyote.
All right,
I need a drink.
Whiteout. Blackout is coming soon. That
Dead
seems worse than Whiteout.
Souls.
Cool. Do I figure
Dark Souls 2.
Dead Space Dark Souls.
You have a question? You got a question?
Get a drink.
I'll allow it,
Oh,
but
yes.
Adam won't. So
Oh.
choose wisely.
I'm gonna create a new save
I don't
just
know,
in
it's
case
kinda like
something
Mom
corrupts
giving you
my.
permission. Dad's still gonna get
Yeah.
pissed.
Yeah. I'll make a break in the recording and just check the audio levels anyway. Because there were some parts where we were pretty loud. I just want to make sure we weren't peaking. Peking duck. Hold on here. All right. We are back playing the silver.
Nope. Maybe.
Nope.
Well,
The
sort
25th Ward, the silver case.
of. Right. And
Yes.
the previous one was the silver case.
Can I just. Okay, I had
I
to
don't
press
know.
the.
It
circle
was?
button.
I don't know. I think
Yeah.
so.
The silver case was the first game. This one's called the 25th Ward,
Colon.
the silver case.
Colon.
Correctness. Whiteout. What? What am I doing?
Alright. There you go. I thought
Why did
Whiteout.
Why did it make me?
What's happening?
Okay, so this is okay. I just have to go all the way down.
Okay.
I thought we did whiteout.
I thought we just
Yeah, I
did
thought we
Whiteout.
did too.
What am I doing?
I thought it said like whiteout finished, blackout is coming. What the fuck is this?
So go find Blackout.
Matchmaker.
So this is like a different game mode, I think.
Underground.
Ooh, minigames. We like minigames in silver case.
Oh god.
Placebo?
Placebo!
No.
You love placebo. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Remember placebo in the last one?
Yeah, see
Fuck off! Let me go down. How do I? There we go.
Game broken.
Right.
Correctness.
Come correct.
Why is it? I thought we did whiteout.
We
What do I
did.
need to do? I need to load the save I just made? I think I feel like we've already done this. Let me
let's-
just let me
let's
just
find out.
quit the game and load the save because I totally just made a save, right? So
Yes.
Yeah.
That was weird.
I don't know what just happened.
You're done with correctness for now? Oh, so we go to matchmaker?
Okay.
Oh. Is that literally what happened?
Greek Girl 2652, I'm worried about how much you know
About this
about the
game.
25th Ward.
Like, I think we're kind of playing this ironically, but
Placebo is actually good in this game, don't worry.
Oh.
oh, cool.
Well,
I mean,
is there
I
like a
thought placebo was
chronology
good
to how
in
we
the
should be
last
doing
game.
it? Is there an order like that? Should we do
Is
that
that kind of the
last?
placebo effect in itself by saying
Is
that
it
placebo's
still-
good?
Is it still like supplementary though? Is it like shit that we don't need in the story? Like, is it just like 10 more hours of stuff, but we could beat the game without doing it? Like, I don't know. What's happening here? So I'm just gonna continue. Save data 02 is what I made.
Yeah.
And then I guess if it just takes me to that menu, then that has to be the case.
Yeah.
I'm guessing
And it is the
does.
case.
So I'm guessing matchmaker is the next set of things and placebo is side quest like it was in the last
Why is it
game?
showing
Can
me?
we check out placebo though? Because it sounds like it's cool.
Do we want to do a placebo little detour here for a second?
I'll take a detour.
Yeah.
Why is somebody saying it's actually? I don't know what the fuck they're talking. Like, if it's just somebody reading emails again, I'm just gonna be so upset.
It was so many
What?
emails. It was so many emails. It was an email.
Literally,
side
yeah.
quest.
It was just like he got a shit ton of emails, and it was a side character that it's like, oh, this is supplementary to what's happening in the
But it
regular
wasn't.
thing. Anyway, in March of 1979, an incident which would become to be known as the Silver Case occurred. The suspect name was
Sorry. Kamui Urahara.
I'm just tapping Scott at this point with a stick, just like,
Yeah. Kamui Urahara.
So we're getting a nice little plot summary
Yeah.
here too. So.
Was apprehended.
Oh, I didn't hear you say.
I did.
Was apprehended by a man named.
Tetsuguro. So, let's take it back. Rewind. Tetsuguro Kusabi.
a 24-year-old fledgling detective at that time. So Kusabi, yeah. Little is known about
Kamui Urahara.
such as what sort of person he was, etc. However, there are several facts that have been passed down over the years, almost like an urban legend.
Like
the fact
Slender Man. Kamui Urahara.
committed his crimes in midwinter, the fact that he used some sort of special customized piercing gun,
Like Anton Chigurh.
the fact that he killed suspects and material witnesses in cases of crimes and human-caused disasters who couldn't be tried in court under existing laws. The fact that he possessed the rarely witnessed attribute known as criminal power. It is unknown whether
Kamui Urahara.
kills because he was contracted by someone or because he wants to kill. It was assumed that the various mysteries surrounding this man would be solved in the interrogation after his arrest or during the ensuing court case. However, 5 years after his arrest, in August of 1984,
Kamui Urahara.
was diagnosed with severe psychosis.
Crazy.
Severe psychosis, in quotes, and his criminal trial was canceled. In September of the same year, it was decided that preferential measures would be implemented and was admitted to the Kanto 24th Ward IMM Hospital Psychiatric Ward. To this day, it is unknown whether anyone has heard the man known as
Kamui Urahara.
speak words with any sort of meaning since the time of his arrest. Information concerning the silver case is even less abundant. While the name of the case is famous, almost no actual details of the incident are known. Those who are especially informed or the type that is especially into conspiracy theories and the like may have heard tell of the following details of the case. At the end of the 70s, after having been dissolved and split up, following a long struggle of power, the remaining hardliners of the FSO Frontier Conservative faction hired a hitman as their last resort. One day, the TRO, Techno Fashion,
Ooh, I'm joining the Techno
and
Faction.
CCO, Civic Fashion, that is, the two parties making up the current government, also the factions responsible for driving off the FSO, held a meeting of 10 old men. These men were the
hate these old
respective
men.
parties' most important members. It was there that a man appeared. After using a special customized piercing gun to kill every member of the meeting, the man was arrested. His name was...
Kamui Urahara.
with all of the victims being old men, this incident came to be known as the Silver Case. I forgot that about... I remember learning that the first
completely
time.
forgot
why
that.
it's called the silver.
Because of their hair color.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah. Man.
Learning.
Kusabi.
Oof.
I'm just trying to remember if we did the right voice for Kusabi.
I think so. I think he's the
For a
gruff
game
guy.
that tries to act so
Yeah.
deep, they need
Yeah, he did have a cigarette in his mouth. That gives it away. didn't it?
Yeah.
Of course, no matter where nor how deeply one may search, no public records of this incident exist anywhere. Look at those glasses. Look at the holes on top.
There's some gambit.
Oh, those are fucking cool.
Yeah, there's some fucking.
The next time the man
X-Men
supposedly
glasses.
undergoing treatment showed his face to the world, it was March of 1999. The woman in charge of
Kamui Urahara.
was counseling at IMM Hospital at the same time he was killed, and Kamui
Kamui Urahara.
subsequently disappeared from the hospital. As he continued to evade the apprehension, the violent crimes piled up. 2 female civilians were killed with the harpoon gun.
Nice.
Additionally, 2 agents of the Special Forces Unit
that that,
Republic
like,
were
ray of
also
light?
killed while attempting to apprehend
Kamui Urahara. Daigo Natsume.
the acting leader of said unit sustained critical injuries. This is just summarizing the first game.
I think so.
As the murderer of Lore reappeared in the real world and started killing once again, people began to tremble in fear and some began to worship him. At this time, the internet had not become widespread and was still no more than an underground toy, but possibly due to its close relationship with
Kamui Urahara.
it served to accelerate his
Deification.
deification.
Yeah.
I was about to say defecation.
That too.
Like, that's not...
It made him shit more.
everywhere.
and helped him permeate society even deeper than the mass media could. Additionally, the specific environment of the government's special administrative region known as officially as the 24th Ward, which was set up as an experimental area which was similar to the net. That's a huge sentence.
That's a lot of sentence.
That's what you'd call a run-on sentence.
Yeah.
The common points between these two entities was the fact that while comfortable and convenient, it was a constantly monitored and closed-off world, which gave its denizens the feeling that they were being deprived of something. Metropolitan Police Department 24 Wards Heinous Crimes Unit christened the series of incidents occurring in March of 1999 with the name the
Kamui.
case. Heinous Crimes Unit 2
Heinous
was
Crimes.
home to.
Tetsugoro Kusabi.
However, it was later revealed that
Kamui Uehara.
who had supposedly escaped from the hospital was actually catatonic and in an almost totally vegetative state. He was unable to do anything apart from eating and sleeping, let alone fatally wound anyone. The actual perpetrator of these serial killings was
Ayame Shimohira.
a woman with special relationship to
Kamui.
The term criminal power may as well have been created by
Kamui.
himself. Criminal power is said to be contagious. This
Like
is
the clap.
apparently especially true in the 24th ward. This is helping me understand things a lot
Me
better,
too.
actually. I was like, yeah. Like, when it's typed out like this and summarized,
Right.
it makes a bit more sense.
Yeah. Maybe.
Where did I start? Oh, maybe
Kamui Uehara's.
criminal power found its way into
Ayame Shimohira.
and caused her to act as his copycat? That may be the case, and it may not be.
Ayame Shimohira.
Was apprehended and taken into custody by the Heinous Crimes Unit 2
Heinous
Special
Crimes.
Agent.
Sumio Kodai.
Yeah, Sumio was the Aussie.
Yeah.
It was 1999 and winter was closing in.
we
True
partied.
criminal power was about to show its fangs.
Kamui Uehara.
Suddenly escaped from the hospital and managed to make a comeback that nobody expected. After a month-long silence,
Kamui.
murdered 7 important government officials in the A1 district at the center of the 24th ward. Then he disappeared. The situation grew stranger still. On November 30th,
Kamui Uehara.
died abruptly, with reports that a man thought to be
Kamui Uehara.
had infiltrated the International Environment Building. A special team put together specifically for the elimination of
Kamui Uehara.
enacted measures to capture him and force the suspect to roof off the building. Upon receiving the signal, sharpshooters placed in the surrounding buildings took aim and fired upon their mark all at once. The target was eliminated immediately. The body was destroyed to the point of showing no resemblance to its original form, so badly that it was impossible to tell whether or not it really was the man who was arrested 20 years prior. Data pertaining to the DNA of this
Kamui Uehara.
has never been released. Everything written up to this point covers the surface and background of this case. The background of the background, as well as the even deeper layers, are so complicated and incoherent as to be almost
Thank you
nonsensical.
for admitting it.
Thank you for
right.
being a little self-aware, Suda. The origin of the whole story goes back 20 years prior to 1999. That is to say, the time when the silver case occurred. Someone or some group of organizations used the budget set aside for the newly built International Environment Ministry building to begin the directly controlled project known as the Shelter Kids Policy. The goal of the project was to develop an educational system appropriate for the high-level administrative metropolitan environment. That was the 24th ward. Over 1,000 4-year-old boys were gathered in the shelter compound, where they ate, slept,
Or
and were
4,000-year-old boy.
and were put through a specific curriculum created to shape their personalities into certain patterns. I remember that from the first game.
Yes.
The main point of the program was to insert artificial processes into the development of the ego and sense of self of the subjects while they were still young in order to force their respective personalities and thought processes to conform to a specific mold. The children were subjected to endless cycles of the same simple repetitive tasks which gradually cut away at their egos. The personality was set as the base for that which was planted in the minds of the Shelter Kids, originated in
Kamui Uehara.
In essence, the Shelter Kids policy was fundamentally an experiment for the purpose of creating mental clones of.
Kamui Uehara.
Due to this, the project was called
Kamui Maspro.
Maspro, meaning mass production. Also, some referred to the original
Kamui.
as format,
Kamui.
with format referring to the fact that this
Kamui.
was basically the mold from which all future
Kamuis.
would be created. Why was
Kamui Uehara.
selected as the original format? There are several theories to explain this. One of these theories is that
Kamui Uehara.
was like a machine unaffected by emotion, cold and robotic, and therefore able to carry out his assigned duties efficiently and without question. Therefore, as long as his criminal power was somehow removed, he would make the perfect mold for the people set to inhabit the strictly controlled and administered society of the 24th Ward. However, criminal power is like a type of mental energy and is extremely difficult to control or subdue. Some scholars reject the idea of its very existence, but making direct contact with
Kamui,
makes it clear that he does indeed possess some sort of power. As mentioned above, criminal power is contagious. People who make direct contact with
Kamui,
are stimulated by a sort of shock experience a kind of emotional reaction and can feel compulsions and urges rising up inside themselves. Some people call criminal power a virus. This project, in its poorly executed attempt to analyze and copy, may have touched on something with which it should not have made contact. However, gathering the testimonies of people deeply involved in the project, it seems like that may have been the actual goal of the project from the beginning. It could be said that the
Kamui, Maspro.
Mass Pro project. You don't have to say the
All
second
right.
word because it's not a
Fair.
Mass Pro project was meant for the research and development of criminal power itself. Once again, the loop of doubt begins anew. What exactly was
Kamui,
a certain notebook contains information on this. The notebook contains writings pertaining to the original origins of format
Kamui,
and something known as the
Kamui.
system. Those not familiar with
Kamui.
would think of it as a bunch of occult nonsense. This is the underside of the whole story.
Oh my god.
It could even be called
Layers.
something of a fairy tale.
Kamui,
Was born on a certain island at the age of 2. It had the eyeball of a non-primate quadrupedal animal transplanted
Horse.
into his left eye as part of an ancient ritual of the indigenous tribe of
So
that
he was
island.
Born at 2.
Old.
Is that what it said? He was
Sorry?
born at the
He's
age
born.
of
No,
2.
he was born on an island, and at the age
Oh,
of 2,
okay.
he had a
That would be funny.
horse
Sorry.
eye implanted.
Yeah.
Old horse eye Kamui, they called him.
Yeah, the transplanted left eye turned silver. Oh. The changing of color to silver was supposedly a sign that the progress of the program of death inside the bearer had temporarily stopped. The silver eye steals the crucial function of death from the living.
Seems useful.
That is to say, it makes the bearer essentially immortal! Additionally, this renders the existence known as
Kamui,
metaphysical being. It makes it impossible to transmit or transplant the being known as
Kamui,
into another person if there is someone to receive it. It would be possible to transplant
Kamui.
if one were able to find a naturally born blood relative of
Kamuis.
or someone from the same clan, or at least someone with a similar personality. However, if there were man-made metal clones of
Kamui,
mental clones of then this process would go even more smoothly, or at least the scientists behind the
Kamui,
Maspro project believed so.
Kamui,
Dies, and if the next physical body to host the transplant is found, then the next
Kamui.
is born. According to the old lore, within the potential
Kamui,
stock, there exists the one charged with protecting the next.
Kamui.
There are also others to whom other duties are assigned. This is the general outline of the
Kamui.
system. The most crucial point to those who are aware of the secrets is the fact that it is possible for a normal person to take the silver eye and make it their own. By replacing their own eye with the silver one, it is possible for a person to gain the power of immortality. This is true even for those who were not originally shelter kids. It is possible as long as the
Kamui.
system continues to work. This is where a certain man who wanted the silver eye for himself had an idea. He could simply cultivate the field known as the
Kamui,
system. If criminal power could be controlled, then the shelter kids would become easily controllable citizens. If necessary, this criminal power could be awakened, providing excellent soldiers in times of need. Then the eyes of animals would be transplanted into the subjects, and if one of them turned silver, it could be taken. The silver eye could also be sold. The
Kamui,
Maspro project began with various speculations getting mixed up and confused, but the reason the Shelter Kids policy was able to receive such huge amounts of funding was because of the fact that if the mechanism
Narcan
causing
now, they
this
just
rare
start
and
ripping out
powerful
eyes and just shoving into their fucking heads.
ocular transition could be explained and harnessed, there were clearly huge profits to be made. The funding was essentially investment money for creating a project facility for facility for Silver Eyes. It is said that the main investor was TRO, Technofaction. The TRO was originally centered on resource development based on molecular biology and technology and its applications. However, the
Kamui!
Maspro project was not able to achieve the desired results so easily. For years after the
Kamui!
Maspro project, under direction from an organization that can be traced back to the FSO Frontier Conservative faction, the
Ayame!
Maspro project began based on the previous project. It seemed like simply a new project with only the genders switched. Just like Ghostbusters.
Female reboots!
But this experiment placed the utmost importance on creating an even more robotic and machine-like soldier.
Because women don't have
There were
feelings.
also those who felt like
Kamui!
that a sort of counter-existence to
Kamui!
was necessary. The original persona used as the mold for format
Kamui!
was used once again. Please end soon.
I'm dying.
I am dying.
I want to get back to the real story.
Who
In
told
the
us that
end,
this
it is
is
said
fun?
Kamui!
that neither the
Kamui!
Maspro or
Ayame!
Maspro project was able to recreate the occurrence of the Silver Eye. However, there were 272 subjects who were able to reach the step just prior to this recreation. After that, the Shelter Kids policy, which had continued for 8 years, was suddenly put to stop. Both of the projects, as well as their administrative entities, were disbanded and dismantled. What happened to the Shelter Kids? The
Kamui!
stock comprised of that's very close to 1448 of 1440 people and oh wait, it's 1488, isn't it? Never mind, the Nazi thing. And
Oh, yeah.
the
Ayame!
stock comprised the same number of children as well. These boys and girls were basically tossed out to the 24th ward. Someone's saying, no, I'm not gonna.
Hey, can you reread this? We're kind of lost.
Some of them spent their lives as ordinary ward residents, being woven into the
Kamui!
system while waiting for their time to come. We'll answer everybody's questions once we're back to the real game. This means that the field known as the
Kamui!
system, while incomplete, did indeed continue to exist. On the other hand, some of these subjects were thrown out of the system altogether. These were the ones who were not considered good enough or useful enough for
Kamui!
stock. There have also been rumors that still more of the Shelter Kids were more than simple mental clones of...
Kamui!
Some are said to have been actual blood relatives to the original format
Kamui!
himself. So maybe the Indian guy's a Shelter Kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's the implication.
Let's bring back the topic back to 1999. The
Kamui!
incident reawakened the past of the Silver Case, causing a large number of people to die. This is a fact that must not be forgotten.
Kaiji Yanzawa!
Dead.
Oh, I get to read so many names now!
Oh God.
Shinji Kotobuki!
Dead.
Kiyoshi Morikawa!
Dead.
Chizuru Hachizuka!
Dad.
Dead.
Morichika Nakatagawa!
Dead.
Ryu Monakata!
Dead. On the other hand, there are some who
God.
survived.
Ayame Shimohira!
Alive.
Sumio Kodai!
Alive. Okay, so they are alive. I don't remember. I like the first game was so incomprehensible.
It's
Yeah.
a blur.
And also, when they showed them in this game, they were like in space. I assumed they had died. It was so weird.
Tetsugoro Kusabi!
Alive.
Sakura Natsume!
Alive. She was the Russian, wasn't she?
Yeah, maybe.
That would have been you.
Oh no, Sakura's. We've done Sakura in this game. She,
yeah, who is
LW's
she?
in her.
The French.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I wonder if she was someone from the first game, though. I wonder if she was the Russian from the first game.
That's
We should find out.
She changed French.
I have to do some
I mean,
research.
she just, a couple years later, and sounds a little different. However, there's no guarantee that this list is completely accurate. So I'm just gonna Sakura Natsume. I'm just gonna make sure. Where is your French LW is Chiruko.
Oh, Chiriko. Okay.
So I'm gonna assume that Sakura Natsume, I'm writing this down, would be Russian Scoot. That's what it looks like to me. Remember that? Are you with me?
I
Remember at the end of the first game?
think- yeah.
Russian girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
My
think so.
vagina is cold like Russia.
I'm assuming that that's who this is. However, there's no guarantee that this list is completely accurate. Some of those thought to be dead may still be alive, and the opposite is also possible.
Oh, good. So that list was
Okay.
useless.
One thing that needs to be said in closing is that
closing!
sometimes miscalculations happen. This is especially true. Watch it go on for a half hour.
I know.
With
Oh,
conspiracies and works of sinister design. This is because the sun is always watching from above. One such miscalculation was the decision to produce,
Ayame.
along with
Kamui.
maybe nobody stopped to think about what the opposition and the struggle for supremacy and the cross-fertilization between
Kamui.
and
Ayame.
would bring. While the original intent was to create a man-made mass production factory for humans, they may have simply been creating a nest for
Kamui.
himself, like worker bees. Ugh. Furthermore, what about the rejected
Kamui.
clones? With regard to possible meanings and purposes for their very existence, sadly, nothing comes to mind. When you're in closing, you shouldn't start with furthermore.
Jesus.
You know? Let us
Poor-
now
poor
delve further
paragraph
into the
structure.
underside of the background of the whole story.
No.
The
No.
theory that
Kamui Uehara.
never even existed in the first place, or rather, he did indeed exist, but not as a hitman. It is said that he existed only as an ordinary ward resident. This theory appears to be true. If so, then several prerequisite conditions are rendered nil, but the true villain of the other story, of the other silver case, would be...
Kaoru Hachizuka.
Yeah, that's the girl.
Yeah.
That's right, your father. What?
Oh,
Whose father? The girl's father?
I
Hachisuka...
was the girl, but I guess she had a different first name.
Yeah, but first name and last names are backwards in Japanese.
No, but they're doing it regular because
Oh.
like Hachizuka has a last
American.
name.
Okay. If I just leave you with this little thought, I hope you leave me. I'm sure you'll come to remember all sorts of pertinent information.
Sure.
Ugh.
Well then, from here on, I'm going to use hypnotic suggestion to seal off all these records and memories. Once you find the mobile phone number hidden inside the turtle and
What?
open your mail, this memo should reach your phone after a few hours. A crow is none the whiter for washing.
You're still black, Crow.
Yep.
This is an old expression that means that something naturally black will always be black. You cannot change the true essence of a thing.
Unless you're Michael Jackson.
At least, I hope so, that I can continue to be me as long as I am around.
So, does everyone feel good about what just happened?
No.
Everyone enjoy that Wikipedia article?
Jesus.
Nice.
That was a level?
Yep.
Utsutsu. Nagare.
So how do I exit this?
Yeah, it's just gonna be a bunch of like messages. It's gonna be a bunch of emails.
I do recall
Yeah,
there
so
was
I,
a reference to an email.
Okay.
Oh, you got a
Save.
trophy.
So now I'm hoping that it'll let me choose my thing now and not just automatically. Okay. Okay. So I unlocked the next level there, but I'm not gonna do it.
No.
Coward.
Yeah. No, we're not gonna do it.
Yeah, no.
So this is where we want to go, I guess.
Mhm.
Matchmaker. Underground theater. I like how it doesn't start with the level 0, though. You'd think it would, being
Maybe
zero.
that means there won't be another Wikipedia article.
That'd be great.